think we're ready.
I'm recording.
Oh no, I'm out.
Yeah, so we kind of left. In our last episode, our intrepid adventurers were faced with a bit of a pickle. You had just defeated the ghouls who had ravaged Sandpoint, not without great cost. Scores were injured, bitten, dead. Jill Barr, including Sheriff Hemlock, who's grievously ill with ghoul fever.
Not anymore.
And to such an extent that, what's that?
No, Sheriff Hemlock, I burned one of the scrolls on.
Mm-hmm.
Who was grievously wounded with ghoul fever.
There you go.
And so much so that in terms of the need for continuity of government, Jill Barr was sworn in as sheriff of Sandpoint. And
Important.
just to clarify that.
Yeah.
Shortly after that happened, though, there were some outriders who came in, and a company of Magnamarian Guard, actually it would be more like a squad, but 25 elite guard troops came in with a mysterious figure only known as the Envoy, who seems to be some sort of high-level mage from Absalom. And he had been carrying a writ of detainment for the heroes of Sandpoint, accusing you of thievery and treason. And supposedly had been sent by Judge Irongbriar of Magnamar, High Judge Irongbriar, to arrest you and bring you back to Sandpoint for trial. And Mayor Deverin kind of cried foul and said, you know, this is highly irregular, all that. I need some time to analyze this. And the envoy said you have 1 hour. And you guys went up to her offices and kind of were brainstorming. You're looking through the town charter, and you think you might have found a loophole, but you guys are all kind of feverishly trying to figure out what to do. And I believe that's where we left off. Is that right?
Sounds right.
About there.
Yeah. So, and I think I put in all of your handouts, not only a copy of the writ, but also a copy of the Magnamarian charter that had granted Sandpoint its city charter. And you guys were pouring through that to look for loopholes. I think you found a couple potentials. But I think you guys are just kind of trying to weigh, what do we do? On the one hand, this is still an exposed city. They need our help not only for protection, but to help heal these inhabitants who, as many of these people may eventually succumb to ghoul fever without a more help from clerics, etc. They may turn into undead. How do we deal with that moral quandary? The city's kind of in tatters. You don't know if there's going to be another ghoul attack at any time. On the other hand, now there's this external threat where you guys are facing jail for prison and maybe execution. You don't know. And it's a very fraught time, and it's about 10:30 a.m. and you've been given till 11. So you're all up in the office, Deverin, the heroes, and we'll kind of pick it up there. So you've had a week to process, analyze, plan. I know there were various different ideas thrown around. First of all, any questions that were the product of that collaboration in the interim? Questions for the Dungeon Master? Clarifications? Anybody? Bueller?
I don't think so.
I see you spent a lot of time planning.
I mean,
I think we should have the sheriff lock us up, and then being the sheriff, we can let ourselves out.
Yeah. John.
Okay, that's one idea.
John, I believe
That would
you.
work in a Mel Brooks movie.
Where all the white
Yeah,
women
this
at?
isn't one.
John had
I live in a Mel Brooks movie, so
John had figured out some kind of a plan. Had at the end of our session last time, so I think that's what we were going to kind of start with.
He sure
we
did.
had a plan for a plan.
A plan for a plan.
Yeah, well, I mean, one of the loopholes we saw in there was that there is the right for the mayor to appeal directly to the Council of 13.
Yes.
But it's pretty unclear what that means in terms of timing.
Yes.
So the other thing is this envoy has said we only have an hour. Apparently we have 30 minutes left, but there are some exigent circumstances considering the town was attacked last night, and maybe a way to say, hey, the fact is that although the sheriff will recover, right now we are effectively the leaders of the town guard. We literally were just attacked. I forget, I can look it up. There's 20 some people who currently are infected. 27 people are infected with ghoul fever. Other than Father Xantus, Gilbar is the only one the gods have granted the power to help heal these individuals. We don't want them
Humble brag.
we don't want we don't want the infected citizens of Sandpoint, thereby the infected citizens of Magnamar itself, since we are a colony. Certainly, there would be vested interest for Magnamar of making sure they do not succumb to this terrible disease, let alone potentially spread the disease further. So that we can try and say there's exigent circumstances in terms of how fast do you really need us to go there. The other thing, and I don't know, I don't think we talked about this as a group, or maybe we did briefly, which is to say, we have all the money. It's not like that money was spent. We specifically told Mayor Deverin, like, hey, we think this might be something we need to use for the defense of the town. We have no way to know how these Minotaurs found this. But I don't think we've talked about how we want to potentially present that, or if we want to present that.
Mayor Deverin kind of interrupts you and says, "This is just too much to deal with in 30 minutes." And she says, "Johnny, come in here." And her page runs in, and she grabs an ink and quill and scribbles something out and says, "Bring this to the envoy at the White Deer immediately." And she said, "I'm buying us a little bit more time until noon at least. And if he's not okay with that, well, he can come here and arrest me." So you think, he'll probably accede to that. So you probably have a little bit of time to plan now.
Perfect. We love that. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you very much, boy.
Johnny on the spot.
Yeah. Yeah, Johnny's already run off. You're talking to thin air.
Johnny, get your gun.
Oh, am I? I'm talking to Johnny too.
So you guys have not a ton of time, but a little time to analyze this. Sounds like Gilbar's laid out some dynamics. Mayor Deverin's going to say, she'll throw some thoughts out here. She'll say, yes, we'll put Gilbar, but a few things we must take into account. My biggest concern is that even if we play ball with them and we go, well, she wouldn't say that. Even if we accede to their demands and you surrender your weapons and are brought back to Magnamar in chains, and my plan is to follow with you, even if I come with you and I throw myself at the mercy of the court, I don't know. I don't think we have a problem, because then we have no leadership here, and once you're powerless, I don't think you want to put yourself in that position when we don't know who we can trust in Magnamar, if that makes sense. I feel like that's extremely dangerous. What do you think?
I want to kill the envoy.
Hello? God damn, has ever got some sort of problem tonight?
We're thinking. Yes, that's what we think. We're thinking. Give us a second to think. Damn it.
Roll for initiative.
I guess I'm a little. I kind of go back to what Joe Bart was saying. Is if the money. I mean, I guess it seems like we're caught in a plot within a plot within a plot, and I guess I'm trying to figure out what the real goal of the. Is it to just jail us? Is that their end goal, or is it to get the money back, or is it both? And do we have to approach both separately? Because as Joe Bart,
How much money are we talking again? Because does it sound like the amount of money?
20,000 gold.
20,000? Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah.
But we have it.
I was going to say if it
Well,
wasn't.
the other problem is, yeah. The other problem is I think there's something like 46 chests missing, but the fact that they've now traced it to this area and they know you have it, just sort of focus the attention. It's like the eye of Sauron moved to you. And this envoy, supposedly from Absalom, working under the aegis of the Judge Irongbriar, and the judge is trying to enforce kind of like the implication is that he's enforcing some sort of like treaty that that Magnemar had with Absalom, sort of like maybe we'd cooperate with the British government and have our DEA agents arrest somebody peddling Mac in San Francisco from Newcastle or something.
But really at the heart of this is Judge Absalom is working for the Lord, and it's his way to get at us for the Lord.
Judge Irongbriar.
Irongbriar.
But yes, yeah, exactly. And the problem is, you don't know how deep that goes within the government. You don't know if it's isolated to him. You don't know if it's more judges. That's what Deverin's concerned about. Is how deep does this conspiracy go? And by handing our weapons in and throwing ourselves at the quarters, are we all going to kind of, including her, end up on the other end of a noose?
No.
And the mayor is a smart lady. I know smart people. I surround myself with them, and she's a smart lady. And I respect her when she says that it might be folly to submit ourselves to their detention. Like that just does not seem to make
That's
sense.
off the table.
I think there's another layer here too. I think Glurk, Dojo, and Riven all to some level probably would be unwilling or unable to surrender your arms.
Yeah, that's not an option for Clerk.
Because
Although
that's another factor.
he does want to kill Irongbriar, so if he
Dojo is his own weapon.
Yeah, sorry, Dojo, I forgot about that. It was just Riven and Glurk, I think.
But Glurk has a personal beef against this guy.
Ancestral weapon too.
Well, I've got the Amulet of Mighty Fist. That's just +1, kind of.
No, Riven.
Oh,
Hollywood.
Riven, sorry. Yeah.
What's that?
Hollywood, don't you have some sort of sacred weapon that you would not be willing to
Oh yeah, for sure.
easily part with?
I don't even know if I can. Yeah.
Yeah, sacred might be the wrong.
Well, profane, whatever. Treasured, how about that?
That's between me and my weapon. Okay, just no.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that would be easy. But
yeah, but I think the drift would be, you two would probably stand up in the council room right now and say, some level to some version of, I will not forfeit my weapon to these dogs. So you've got that problem. I know there was some talk of splitting up. There was other talk of maybe sneaking through the glassworks and go down to the coast.
But we can't.
Those are all the ideas I remember.
We can't leave the town undefended though either.
That's another wrinkle.
But if we
and Devon specifically, and now Jill Barr, because not only because you have family here and a business here, but now because you're the law, you're in a legally bound pickle because you're now legally bound to defend the city. It's like a puzzle wrapped in an enigma, wrapped in a burrito. At that moment, Johnny runs back and says, "Milady, he won't happy about it, but you have your hour." That was a terrible accent.
It was southern. It had some southern charm though.
Yeah, Southern meets East and London.
I do declare.
So what do you guys think? You want to get some conversation going here? You want me to put a timer on? Want me to give you 5 minutes?
Well, yeah, give us 5 minutes. Give us a second to talk.
Glurk wants to kill
Questions
the
of
messenger.
me? Do you want me to just sit back silently? Do you want me to listen to your counsel so I could chime in? Where do you want me?
You can listen.
I want you to just watch.
Why don't you take that top off?
Yeah.
I will stay silent, and if you want me, just say, hey, DM.
Hey, DM.
Yeah.
Take that
Feel
top
free to
off.
use
Yes.
lots of baby oil on
Yes.
your end.
Top off.
Baby oil.
Bottom off.
In our way there. Yeah.
Yeah. Slow down, Glurk.
Pancakes for dinner.
Glurk, no slow.
All right. So I think just throwing down our weapons is not going to work, obviously. You know that. So,
Did you roster Jerry Judy? I mean, is that a possibility? Sorry. Got a little distracted there for
I mean, we can either sneak out and track down the Lord and just do that, but then that kind of leaves the town to itself. Or we can try to negotiate, I don't know how well that would work, us to keep our weapons and plead our case and have time to do whatever. I mean, I also don't know how well that works.
I really did like the idea of saying that what we do is good for Magnamar, you know? I don't know if that'll work or not. We could also call his bluff and say no. We're not going.
I think he can kick our ass.
I know, it's a sweet thing.
The question is,
then he attacks us. So,
is there a way to politically say no? Meaning, hey, the town was just attacked. What you're saying is that the people who defended the town and prevented, like, you could have come in this morning and the entire town could have been killed and filled with ghouls. And really the only reason that didn't happen is because in combination with the town guard and Sheriff Hemlock, we prevented that from happening. So when you left Magnamar, your order was in force, such as it is. We can talk about that, but the order you were given had no knowledge of what was currently going on in Sandpoint or what was going to happen while you were en route here. Mm-hmm. And so, we are currently the defensive force, the heart of the defensive force, literally until Sheriff Hemlock is back up and at him. Jill Barr is the acting sheriff. You are all officially now deputized. We'll make that happen. And we're legally bound to appear in Magnamar, but we have responsibilities here that it's in Magnamar's best interest to let us fulfill. Right? Like, do you want the entire town to succumb to another attack or to ghoul fever or whatever the case might be? So we can't just say no without a fight, but can we somehow create enough space that they're willing to let us do what needs to be done? I don't know. And frankly, I feel like shit, so I'm going to hope you guys can come up with the right way to do it.
Well, let me ask this. Is there any reason, story-wise or otherwise, why we need to stay here? I mean, eventually we're going to have to go investigate this in Magnamar, are we not? So this provides an expedient point to do so. I mean, it doesn't make any sense to be vigilantes or outlaws from Magnamar at some point and be chased down. So why don't we work out something where we go to Magnamar, just not under chains?
Exactly. And so what I'm thinking is that the pretense is we are the heart of the defensive force and also the heart of the healing force, trying to prevent these individuals who are citizens of Sandpoint, ergo Magnamar, from succumbing to ghoul fever and further spreading the plague, and just innocent citizens of Magnamar, proxy citizens, dying. We're trying to prevent that from happening. Like,
And what would you think about suggesting, say, that they go back and inform their superiors about what's actually going on here, but leave a retinue of those who can heal and those along with some of those who can fight, if that's what they're worried about, to sit with us while we get everybody back in action, and then we'll follow in 5 days hence or whatever,
yeah, I mean, I think that's all perfectly reasonable given the
Yeah.
situation.
Buy
The
some
question
time.
is, and this envoy of Absalom, what is his authority versus what do the powers in Magdamar, assuming they're not all aligned against us? What do they feel? And given the situation, assuming there are loyalists in Magnamar who are loyal to Magnamar and not Justice Irongbriar, how can we manipulate that potentially?
Right. And right now, do we have any idea of the players in Magnamar? Do we know?
Hey, DM, put down the baby oil.
Hello.
So I'm hoping and assuming you were listening to our conversation. So Jilbar has previously lived in Magnamar for nearly half a decade. His knowledge may not be completely current, but I think other people have passed through Magnamar as well. Certainly, the mayor would have some idea. Do we know, in terms of forces that we believe would be truly Magnamarian loyalists and unlikely to be part of this corruption? Do we know who they might be, or how to contact them, or how the chain of command works? Any of those things that our characters would know, but as players, we have no idea about.
Right. So, you would know Jill Barr, and obviously the mayor knows. And I'm just trying to think who else. Probably most of you, just because it's a major city in this region. You would know that it's sort of a plutocratic democracy, I guess, with strong aristocratic influences. There's three branches of government. There's the Lord Mayor, who's like the chief executive. And then there's a Council of Ushers, which is like the legislative body, and it's got like 100+ members, and that's law and policy. And then there's the Council of Truth and Justice, or the Justices, and that's a body of 13 justices, of which the Lord Justice, Irongbriar, is a prominent, if not the prominent member. And so they're the highest judicial authority. They interpret the laws. They distribute and enforce decrees and judgments. They have the power of writ, which is what you are currently experiencing. So were you to go to Magnamar, the play would be that Mayor Devrin would, as the city charter says, she can appeal to the Council of Truth and Justice, which is the 13 justices. You just don't know to what extent they are corrupted. Is it just Irongbriar? Is it a majority of them? Is it all the power players? Is he isolated? It's an unknown for you and Devrin. Does that answer your question?
Partially, but I mean, in terms of chain of command, you said who controls the power of writ. Who, for example, controls the force that is currently here, the Magnamar Elite Guards, is that under the Administration of Truth and Justice, or is that under the Council of Ushers, or is that under the Mayor of Magnamar?
No, it's under the Council of Justices because they are charged with ensuring the laws, comply with Magnamarian law, and they are also uniquely in charge of enforcement.
So is Justice Irongbriar the commander-in-chief of the justices, or is someone else?
There's no commander-in-chief, there's 13 of them, sort of like the Supreme Court, but he would be like Robert. As far as you know, he's very influential. A better analogy might be like,
but there has to be somebody who's actually in charge.
Roman Senate. What's that?
There has to be someone who's actually in charge of the military. Like, I know they take the orders from the 13 justices, but who's
the
actually
military? Yeah, I don't know. Let me analyze that.
Yeah.
You are, but I could keep digging.
Well, if we're barking up the wrong tree, that's all you got to say.
Mm-hmm.
Rough.
So, I mean, I guess we can't just expect to go in and resolve this either. We're going to have to do some investigating, right?
Well, technically, the Lord Mayor is in charge. He's the commander-in-chief of the city's forces. So he could probably ultimately be the authority, but you'd have to get to him.
I mean, I guess the question I have is, what's our ultimate play? Is it to go into Magnamar and try to play politics in a town and a system we don't know to clear ourselves and free ourselves? Or are we better off? Do we think if the Lord is at the head of this, if we go and chop off the Lord's head, will that make this go away?
Well, I think
you don't know that.
Yeah, that's
you don't know the answer to that.
Right. I'm saying, what do we think as us? What would our characters think? Where do we want to?
The only thing you guys know, non-metagamey, is that you do know that this Lord Foxglove is gone off the reservation. He's got some beef with all of you, and specifically Jilbar. You know, he's working. You suspect he's working with. You suspect that Irongbriar is dirty, and there's some connection between the two, but that's all you.
Didn't we find a letter from one of them to the other? Something along those lines.
Yeah.
You had a letter from the envoy, or from Irongbriar, or Foxglove to Irongbriar, and then his response. But that was the metagamey.
Yeah,
that was like the new style I'm doing. You guys don't know that,
right?
We know that, but okay.
Yeah.
So
can the fox be out foxing the hunter?
But it's a big leap. We would never think that doing anything to Foxglove would help our situation. We have a hint, but that's the best it is.
Yeah, exactly. I think the more linear way you would be analyzing it is, you know that there's a connection between Foxglove and the Ghoul attack, and you now know that he was somehow commanding it, and you know this guy is a pretty evil character that is at present the biggest threat to Sandpoint. And you know you need to take him out. You also know that you have this like external issue that's impeding you from doing.
So I mean,
yeah.
Go ahead,
John. No, I think
maybe the way to point this is to say, hey, if we can convince the contingent that's here, I mean, we know there's the envoy, but when I'm asking about the chain of command, is there somebody in the Magnamarian Guard actually who ultimately tells the soldiers what to do, or is the envoy the person who's got the authority to tell the soldiers? But point being, whoever we have to convince, if we can convince them that, hey, as long as A, we have to protect the town, that's your charge as well. B, we have evidence showing that this Lord Foxglove is commanding the ghouls. Show them that evidence and say, we can go take care of him, or attempt to take care of him. That's what we're pledged to do. If you want to stay here, or if you want to split forces, like, you're welcome to send half your forces with us to go to the Misgivings and try and find this Lord Foxglove and bring him to justice for the crimes we know he's committed and the nearly 100 casualties from this attack, right? Like, that's how we could point it at Lord Foxglove.
Yeah.
But again, I just don't know who we're supposed to be actually negotiating with and what level they're willing to negotiate to.
Yeah, I like that, and I think we have to at least try the envoy.
Yep.
Hey, DM, question. Then
Yeah. Yes,
our
what is your question?
Our understanding of the envoy is he's basically a bureaucrat that is here because it's his job and he was told to be here, and we don't feel like he has any skin in the game or any kind of alignment to anyone locally or anything. He's just kind of doing what the system.
What's throwing you off about the envoy is two things. Number one, that he seems to have kind of a dark energy around him and be a powerful wizard, and that specifically, Bedhead, is troubling to you. And number two, the fact that he is from Absalom and is somehow carrying the legal authority of Irongbriar and by extension the city of Magnamar, and that these troops are following him without question. So the whole thing just feels kind of weird.
Yeah.
And I think, so you guys are kind of pondering all this, and just then Shalelu comes up to the door and kind of waves at Devon, and she motions her in, and she says, "Mayor, heroes," and she kind of nods and smiles at you. She said, "Mayor, I didn't want to bother you, but we really have a worsening situation in the cathedral. We're doing all we can with the wounded, but Jilbar, we could really use your knowledge, your clerical knowledge, and really just all of the heroes to help out. And why is there a Magnamarian troop, and what's Jeremiah doing there?"
You ratted us out.
Jeremiah?
Well, yeah, Tavern's brother is the captain of the guard. Why is he here?
Dun, dun, dun.
So, Jill Barr, a bunch of light bulbs go up in your head, and you remember Davern Haas, played by Brad Pitt, is the owner of the Goblin Stables, and he's the guy who is a member of the Pathfinder Society and is kind of some banner going all over the world hunting, and is some total badass. And he and Shalelu have been on adventures in the past, and you think that they're romantically involved.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Shalelu, yeah, that's right.
So it's his brother.
Correct. And you know Davern is off on an adventure now. He's on a diplomatic mission for, the society's doing some badass.
Does his brother have a name?
Captain Jeremiah Hosk, of course. And so you're letting her hang here. She says, why is Jeremiah, Captain Hosk, leading? She kind of corrects herself. Why is he here? Why there must be something big happening. How did they get word of the ghoul attack so quickly? It's 2 days journey here, even with the fastest post horses.
They didn't come to help us with the ghoul attack.
Well, then why are they here?
this is a counselor ship, then where is their ambassador?
Supposedly for us, the heroes of
Well, why
Sandpoint.
would they be here for you to help you to help reinforce the job you're doing for the city?
One would
They're
think.
accusing us of grand larceny.
Treason.
What? Remember, she was the one you guys rescued from the Minotaur.
Yep.
Yeah.
When we rescued you.
What?
Remember the,
She didn't
remember
remember
the-
much of what happened though, right?
right, but she
No,
remembers she saw us take the chest. Remember the chest we found that the Minotaurs? That was from the bank
Yes, of course.
of Epsilon, and now there's a representative of Epsilon saying that we are thieves and liars and Judge Perrin.
Well, can't you just give the chest back? I mean, I'm sure you didn't touch it.
That was what we thought, but I
And
think
Devrin, Bedhead, Devrin gives you a harsh glance.
Yeah, we could return it, couldn't we?
Turn the slap.
No, you smelted the gold down, Chucklehead.
wait, but
Yeah,
not
it's
Devrin,
in a
right?
better it's
But
in a better
it's
form.
still gold.
It's still gold.
Yeah, it's still gold, man. I mean, yeah, I stole that money from the bank, but it's still in my duffel bag over here.
I bought some art. You can have the painting.
You can buy it back.
Back to what John said, though. I mean, it's not.
Yeah.
Till it happened,
It's no big deal, right?
Right.
But Horton just thought Devrin didn't give me a look. Shalelu did, right? Devrin's not there.
No, Devrin is. Oh no.
Mayor.
Okay, so it's confusing. Mayor Devrin,
Oh,
who
okay.
knows about you guys stealing that and wasn't happy about it, but kind of it was saying let's keep that under our hat. So that's why she shot you the dirty look. Shalelu doesn't know anything about any of this.
Shalelu, do you know a Judge Irongbriar? Have you ever heard of this person? They seem to be causing a lot of trouble for us. Someone in Magnemar?
Irongbriar, I know he's a very powerful Lord Justice in Magnemar. They say he rules with an iron fist, as befitting his name. What is
Maybe
this?
if you were to, disappear, this problem would go away.
Oh, that would be. I mean, I don't know. You surely you're joking.
Surely.
I mean, that would be treason. That would be treason.
Ridiculous.
Do you know Jonah? Do you know this Jonah Haas? Do you know him personally?
I don't know why we're having these. It's Jeremiah. Why are we having these conversations when we need to tend to the wounded? This isn't like you guys.
We agree, but they want to haul us away and keep us from doing that.
Why would they haul you away? Just simply give them the treasure chest back. I'm sure you haven't touched it.
We think there's something more foul afoot. We think that there's a bigger thing, and it's not just about the money. There's a deeper scheme. That's what we're worried about. That even that won't appease the forces.
A deeper scheme.
Plotting against.
Roll a diplomacy check.
Alrighty. I'm not on roll 20, so I'm gonna do it on.
It's perfect for you. So it's diplomacy to persuade others, and you have a plus 11.
I know. I'm no slouch. Where's the 20? I just don't have a 20-sider.
Natural 20, John.
We got to roll this against her sense motive, I believe. And I do have a Shalelu character here.
26.
Nice.
26. Ooh, she rolled a 2.
Nice.
Oh. Well, that makes sense, Professor. I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand all the intricacies. Of course, I haven't been myself lately. But anyway, what are we going to do?
Well,
you seem you think you guys have kind of got her off the treasure chest thing, and you need to refocus.
Yeah.
Well,
do you know this, Jeremiah Haas? Could you set up a meeting?
Yes. I mean, Davrin, Jeremiah and I go way back, and Davrin and I, when Davrin and I were out adventuring with the society, Jeremiah was actually a cadet in the guard, and yeah, I've known him for years.
Well,
He's a good friend of mine.
If he leads
Do
the
you
troop,
think-
oh, go ahead.
Do you think there's a chance that he would be willing to listen to reason, which is we have an emergency here in the town, and for whatever reason they are desiring us to immediately leave and leave the town bereft of most of its guardians, and let alone the fact that we have so many injured. To your point, we really should be focused on trying to care for the people who were wounded and inflicted with disease in this attack. That's what our focus should be. But they want us to leave. Literally, they gave us initially an hour, and now have graced us with 2 hours to comply. That seems crazy given the circumstance. Do you think that this Jeremiah would potentially be willing to listen to that?
I can't know. I mean, I can go talk to him, I suppose. Would you like me to talk to him?
Yes. Well, just see if he'd be willing to speak with us separately, or even if, barring that, if we needed to set a meeting with both him and the envoy. But it seems like this envoy has potentially his own agenda. It's a little confusing why he is the one in charge of this mission.
Well, why don't I go talk to Jeremiah, and I'll come back and let you know what he says.
That would be wonderful.
All right, so she goes out, and she comes back about 15 minutes later, and she says, "Yeah, it's very strange. He was very tight-lipped with me, even though we've known each other since we were, well, for a long time. And he said that something about orders coming directly from the Council of Truth and Justice in Irongbriar, and something about you've been accused of treason, which I don't really understand. And he just said it was not his place to speak more of it with me. And at that, Deverin looks at her and says, "This is ridiculous. I'm tired of all of this. I've had enough." And she gets up and she straightens her pantsuit and she says, "Come with me." And she goes outside.
Right.
And do you follow her?
That's the first thing you said that made sense
business
all day.
I mean, I would follow a woman.
So by now it's noon and there's a hot blazing sun out. You come out of the town hall and you see the guard gathered in front of the cathedral, and you guys go over there. And Jill Barr Deverin says, she whispers to you, "Just stay close, follow my lead, and don't say anything, okay? Do you understand, Jilbar?"
Absolutely. And I'll pass that along to the deputies, which we officially have done that for anyone who is willing to take the oath.
Okay. And she briefly goes up to Father Xantus, who's now in the outer courtyard, and he's looking at the guard in puzzlement, and Shalelu, and the three of them seem to have a brief conversation. And oopsie doodle daisy. And I gotta switch something. Yeah, and then she let me bring you guys to a different map.
Oh,
if I may.
Oh,
I like that.
I don't know if I like that.
I gotta
Do you guys see a different map?
I see black.
See blackness.
Maybe?
Big
Not
black.
yet.
Is it in blackness?
Yes.
Yeah, I got to remove the fog of war.
Polygon
there's gonna
reveal.
be some.
Is that a black dragon?
Here's is a fog of war.
Okay, hold on a sec. I got to switch something in the settings. My bad. MB, save settings. Now do you see?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You should see a weird blue line going into Jilbar's sternum, and that was just a mistake, so ignore that.
I cannot ignore it.
So other than that, though, you see the gray thing to your right is the outer courtyard of the cathedral and the step leading down. You see, and ignore that little rostrum that's been built, the wooden thing that was actually is for the Swallowtail Festival. It's not actually here now. I just didn't have a better map. But you see Shalelu and Father Xantus and Mayor Devrin, and then let me do some pinging, and then this gentleman seems to be Jeremiah Haas, the captain of the guard. And this looks like some sort of healer.
Oh, sweet.
And you don't see the envoy right now. He actually is
He's
in
not
the
here.
tavern.
Oh, okay.
So let's just blow this up for fun because I kind of like the look of this guy. Let's take a look at the captain. Thank you, OpenAI, for this artistic rendering. Kind of cool.
Very much.
And if you look closely, he looks somewhat like Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Who is Davern Hosk. So I love all the armor and all that. I think I had already given you the picture, but so I just wanted to feature it. We're just featuring right. So I'll reset that dimension. But anyway, and all of a sudden, bro. Devrin,
by the way,
the mayor.
I'm gonna mute myself. I gotta go grab a Jack's Pizza from the oven. I'll be back in a few minutes.
8-inch.
Oh, whoa! You're going now because this is a big crescendo. So we're either gonna wait for you or
well,
No,
my alarm's going off, dude. I can't get.
We're taking a timeout. We're taking a John's calling one of your 3 player timeouts right now.
Audible.
That's okay because I'm having first. Did anyone have any trouble getting on to Roll20 through Discord?
I was unable to get on through Discord.
I don't ever do it. That's.
I never go through Discord.
You were unable to, Creeks?
I was completely unable to. I've tried 5 times.
Okay, that's good to know because I'm also having trouble and never have had it before. But
neither have I. And I was able to log on separately outside of it. Reggae style normally. Yep. So.
Good to know it's not just me.
Nope. Habrick.
I'm of a mind to do something that I hadn't been planning on, but I feel like it might add spice to the night. Bruno.
Yep.
How close are you to if I were to email you a Google Sheet, could you open it easily?
A what?
Or a Google Docs document?
I could try.
Do you feel like, or you're on your phone, aren't you?
Yeah.
Never mind.
And I got some emails queued up, so I'm.
I'm going to take advantage of our player timeout. I'll be right back.
You can.
Ragu.
Yeah, I'd love to include you in this little role play we're about to do, but
why don't we stick to the game?
Yeah, I can't take the risk on a phone. And Bruno's fucking it up.
Yeah.
What does it take to pull a Jack's pizza out of the oven?
Well, you gotta let it.
Done correctly. I mean, there's a million ways to skin a cat, but only a couple done right.
Right. And it might be, like a stack of these 8-inch jacks that are out there. He could have like 4 pies he's pulling out.
Yeah, we don't know how many plates he's spinning.
Disc.
Oh.
Speaking of pies, what's going on with the game right now, Rito? Give me an update.
Dallas is kind of kicking ass, taking names.
Yeah?
It's not out of hand yet, but they went into the half scoring within the final, 30 seconds.
What's the score?
I forget, to be perfectly honest.
I'll look it up because I bet $20 with Henry that he gave me 6.5.
Think it's
Okay, I'm back. I've got a sliced Jack's pizza, or at least the majority of it, with me. So I will be feeding as these things are going on.
excellent.
Okay, perfect. Now we're just waiting for Till. Till? Oh no.
Till? Derek?
Till!
Yes, what can I do for you?
Take your
We're
top
back.
off.
Oh, but my bottoms are already off and they're naked.
That is not an impediment to my fetishes.
Yeah. Turn on the camera then.
Yeah.
What can we do? Fireball. I got one.
Yeah.
Here we go. So right as you guys are in this situation in the noonday sun, all of a sudden it's like as if you became part of the scene in a movie. Almost as if a dramatic vignette was about to start.
Oh.
Sandpoint Town Hall courtyard, noon. That's actually the cathedral courtyard. The noonday sun blazes in the clear Varisian sky. The outer courtyard of the cathedral is alive with tension, even as citizens tend the wounded. Acolytes murmur prayers, and the 25 Magnamarian elite guard stand stoically in perfect formation, just outside the courtyard's open gates, shields and spears gleaming. Mayor Kendra Deverin approaches Captain Jeremiah Haas, the leader of the elite guard, her countenance embodying resolute determination. Deverin, her voice steady, rising, so the crowd and soldiers alike can hear. Captain, I implore you, do not enforce this writ. The heroes of Sandpoint are not thieves or traitors. They are the reason this courtyard still rings with voices instead of silence. The reason ghouls do not stalk these very streets even now. She steps forward, passion in her tone. I do not know why this envoy is here. You can imagine her doing this, air quotes. This nameless foreigner, cloaked in mystery, supposedly deputized by Judge Irongbriar. But I do know Irongbriar, and I know his hand reeks of corruption. Would he send such a stranger here to do Magnamar's justice, or merely his own bidding? Her voice hardened, invoking her heritage. As a daughter of the Deverin line, one of the 4 founding families of Sandpoint, I will not stand idly by while a corrupt bargain places this town, as she sweeps her hand, and her citizens at risk. She turns, sweeping a hand toward the wounded and weary townsfolk gathered in the sun. Look around you, Captain. Sandpoint still bleeds. Lord Foxglove and his ghoul army threaten us still. To strip away the heroes now, to lock them in some Magnamarian cell while the Foxglove gathers strength, is to doom us all. We need them here, not rotting in chains. It's almost taken the form of like a exposition in the Roman Forum. And at that, the captain of the guard, Jeremiah Haas, steps up as if to bear witness. He pauses, jaw tight, projecting his words. Your case is strong, Mayor. Though my brother Davarin is not presently here, I have recently broken bread with him, and he spoke to the honor of the heroes of Sandpoint. And yet, Irongbriar's seal is heavy. Ignoring it is no small defiance. From among the guards' ranks, the soldiers part. The envoy strides forward. Sorry. He is tall and gaunt, with long black hair stirring in the noon breeze. His pale eyes gleam with unnatural fire, and his black robes, stitched with silver sigils, ripple like shadow-made flesh. In his hand, he carries an ebony staff capped with a humming shard of crystal. The citizens murmur uneasily as he steps into the sunlight. Would you guys like to see him?
Yes.
Can we make
That's the only acceptable answer.
Can we make any movements?
Oh, by the way, Horton.
What?
When Mayor Deveron was speaking, I used the ghost sound cantrip to kind of have a drum and fife music playing behind her. Really built.
Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, check him out. I think I already sent him to you guys, but I want us all to enjoy this for a minute. It's Viggo Mortensen as if he was the envoy.
Yeah.
Look how sweet that is.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like someone discovered ChatGPT.
Yeah, I'm having so much fun with these little drawings. I'm having it draw everything.
You really need to do this more, dude. You love this.
I know.
I'm
Such a newbie. Anyway, back to the drawing.
love it. Awesome.
Let's see. Okay, so where were we? So he stands there and he says, with a voice like a blade drawn across stone, "Enough of this prattle, Captain Hart. The judge's will is clear. Bind the so-called heroes and march them to Magnum. Let them rot or twist as they deserve." Hask, squaring his stance, sunlight flashes off his breastplate. No. His voice echoes across the courtyard, steady and fierce. The writ may bear Irongbriar's seal, but my oath is to the people of Magnamar, and Sandpoint is Magnamar's colony. These folk bleed and suffer. Their defenders will not be delivered into the hands of corruption. The envoy, snarling, pale eyes blazing, "You dare defy Irongbriar? Then you and every soldier who follows you will hang for treason."
Really?
Not if I have anything to say about it.
Yeah.
My axe.
Hask drives his sword into the cobblestones with a ringing clang. Better to hang for honor than kneel to corruption. Hask turns to his men. 10 of you, remain with me. We'll guard Sandpoint, heal her wounded, and stand as her shield. The healer stays as well. Her hands belong here, not on the road. Then he turns to Lieutenant Leroy Jenkins. Lieutenant Jenkins. Lieutenant Jenkins, you'll lead the rest back. Report that I remain as acting sheriff until this town is strong again. Jenkins salutes crisply. Aye, Captain. The envoy stepped closer to the guard's rank, robes snapping in the breeze. This is treason. Treason! Irongbriar will scour your names from history and make an example of you all. Hask locks eyes with him, unflinching. Tell Irongbriar what you will. Tell him Captain Jeremiah Hask serves not the whispers of a foreign sorcerer, but the free citizens of Sandpoint. He yanks his sword free, raising it high so the noon sun flashes off the blade. The heroes march south to Foxglove Manor, and may the gods strike down any who stand in their way. The courtyard erupts with cheers. 10 soldiers rally behind Haas, shields raised in solidarity. The rest form up with Jenkins. The envoy's pale eyes burn with impotent rage as he storms from the square. Mayor Deverin steps forward, eyes blazing with pride and gratitude. Deverin, quietly for Haas' ears alone. You have done more than defy corruption, Captain. You have given Sandpoint a chance to live. Haas glances back at her with a grim smile, sword gleaming in the sunlight. A chance, and the steel to make it count. Fade out.
Not fade out.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you're still there. So, some spice.
Super spice.
You've got a situation now. You've got Haas. You've got 10 elite Magnamarian Guard, which would be like the equivalent of, 60 real troops. It's like 10 Roman legionaries seasoned. So now you feel like the town's in good shape. There's a connection with Shalelu and Hask. You trust him. Deverin trusts him. Things are looking up, but you still have this nettling problem of all these sick and wounded. It's noon. So you're not out of the woods by any means. What do you guys want to do?
I think we should start taking care of the sick and wounded.
I still want to kill the envoy.
Yeah, well, they just rode off, and all you see is a cloud of dust.
Crap.
Oh. Well, that was okay.
That resolved nicely for you guys.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So,
it's not over yet, though.
Oh, okay.
Well, it sounds like.
Well, I just mean, think about it, right? I mean, basically, you have the captain of the guard defying. You don't know what that means.
So it sounds like tomorrow we are supposed to. Our next move is to go to Foxglove Manor. Yeah. But is there anything we can affect? Is there anything effectively we can do today? Like I had said early on, that as people, not one at a time, but as more people were being brought to the cathedral, the channels I have, that's got a 30-foot radius. You can fit literally dozens, if not more, people in that. So I was trying to use that to heal people up. Now that doesn't affect if they're infected by ghoul fever at all. But otherwise, that in and of itself is a ton of healing. So
yeah, and not to interrupt you, but I would show you at this point you're introduced to the healer.
Yeah.
Anyone want to see the healer?
Yeah.
She hot?
Blow her up.
Looks like she might be.
Oh, what?
Angelina Jolie.
Jolelle.
It's just my wet dream come true. So you've got a hot healer, and you would know
a lot of
Jill Barsh. She seems to be quite a powerful healer. You're no expert, but she is a healer, and she is a.
Yeah, I don't see the holy symbol of a specific deity above her heaving bosom.
No, I left that for Theater of the Mind, but I think she's going to be a healer of Iomade.
Oh.
So you guys kind of have that cooking, and you're kind of analyzing, and you can talk with her and confer with her, Jill Bar, and you seem to think between both of your healing powers and the powers of Xantus, and to a lesser extent the Acolyte, that you can get everybody physically healed up, but there's still this nettling problem of the ghoul fever.
Yeah.
And at last check, to your point, you had the numbers looked as follows. you had Titus Scarnetti, Sheriff Hemlock's healed now. Poor Dax Dingleberry, reporter from the Sandpoint Easy Reader.
We're gonna let him go.
Kate,
Is he dead or is he just dead?
he's infected.
That's unfortunate.
And you've got Gressel Tenoig at the Fat Man's Feed Bag. You've got Gavin Deverin of Two Nights Brewery and a cousin of Mayor Deverin. Chode Bevuk of the Sandpoint Meat Market. And 3 Town Guard along with Decker and let's see, how many other people did I see?
You said it was 27 total, including
27, yes. Yep. So 26. So you got 26 wounded with ghoul fever. You've got 28 dead, and you've got 34 wounded not with ghoul fever. So we can say all 34 of those we can hand wave by the end of the night will be healed. So that's a great boon. So now you just got to deal with these ghoul fever and figure out what to do with the dead. 28 dead. Now you specifically don't think that that's something you have to deal with. You've got the father, you've got Mayor, and now you've got Captain Haas. That can kind of be their problem. So it really comes down to the ghoul fever issue.
And is that remove disease? Is that what that is?
Yes.
Yeah. And John, how many of those do you have?
I'm only 5th level cleric, so I get one of those today, plus my I want to say discipline, but my select spell, my domain spell. So I only get one per day.
Okay, we'll say that she has 4.
Isn't there an alchemist in this town? The guy who does the potion thing? He could probably remove disease.
He left. Or is he
here? Yeah, well, no, the alchemist didn't leave. The Vinny left, and he's the wizard, as it were. But the alchemist is still in town, and he actually was not injured, but he is Potiker, that dickhead that I think you guys know
asshole. He is an asshole, but if he's 3rd level or above, or not 3rd level, if he can cast 3rd level spells, he can do.
That's like a 7th level alchemist. That's pretty high.
I don't think he is. Let me double check. That's a good question. Because that would be 1 line of attack.
Does Vinny, Vavavoom, or anybody have some scrolls?
Vinny's out of town, remember? He went down to Magnamar to get some...
Yeah, but we got the sheriff in town.
What if we tossed his shop?
Yeah, you could potentially do that. Well, you don't think... well, you guys tell me, but would he have cure disease, or would that be more of a religious
thing? Probably more of a religious thing, but, witches or alchemists or, I guess, rangers, druids, all have access to it. There might be other...
Okay. Yeah, so we could, we could roll for that. Pillbug is he's a male human alchemist, 5th level.
No, that does not help us.
Lawful evil, by the way.
That does help us.
Yeah. So... Yeah. Interestingly, though, Nisk Tander isn't powerful either. Yeah, so you think Vinny, ironically, is a fairly powerful wizard. It's too bad he's not here, but we could do somewhat of a roll if and I think, between you and Deverin, you have all the probably legal authority to break into a shop in time of emergency.
Right. Commandeer.
So, do you want to do that?
Yeah, I mean, we would.
For sure.
Yeah. I mean, even if he has a couple, and we do have 1 more scroll. I don't know if we want to use that here, or if we want to save that for another potential encounter. But we do have one more.
Save it.
Yeah, I think we should save it if we can.
I would
Okay,
vote.
let me just check something.
My vote would be to use it, but
They're just town people. You burned most of them.
Yeah.
yeah, but you know, if you can't get
Yeah,
this
well,
thing
that's a
under
whole
control,
different issue that has not yet come up in all the chaos. War crimes. So you guys know that to go to Magnamar on foot is almost 3 days. On horseback, you could probably do a day and a half. A wagon or a caravan would be 3 days. So, you also know that there would be an opportunity to make it there in about a day with a ship, depending on the winds.
So
how far is Foxglove Manor? Less than a day. Right?
Foxglove Manor is about 3 miles, 4 miles through some difficult terrain. Probably take you guys on foot about half a day.
Weren't we introduced at? We were at Foxglove Manor already once, right?
No, you have never been to Foxglove Manor.
I think we talked
You
about
met Alden Foxglove.
He took us.
Early
He
in
took
the
us
campaign.
hunting, right?
He invited you to go boar hunting. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and he took a fancy to DTD, which I had to rewrite that, and he was envious of Jill Barr's kind of
Gotcha.
the new play.
But we didn't make it to his manor. We just met him somewhere.
Right. So just throwing out ideas. There's a couple sailing skiffs in the harbor. Could you organize? Do you want to take the risk or organize bringing some of the wounded to Magnamar? Do you want to put them on litters and bring them down the coast road to Magnamar? Do you want to keep them here? Just throwing out ideas. You do know if you could get them to Magnamar, they would clearly have the temples there would be able to heal all of them.
I think that would be a very good faith thing to do to prove our innocence.
Do we have like a Black Maria, like a paddy wagon? Have them go off with the garden.
No, but you do have carts, and then you've got in terms of the harbor. You do have. I'm just looking. The Sandpoint shipyard is owned by the Valdemars, and that's the family that had the wife and child that you went into, Jilbar. And I believe over on the island, and the younger child had been slaughtered, as I recall, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, that sounds about right.
So he owes us.
Yeah, but the oldest son, Ethram, is a Ethram is the oldest, or is the scion of the family, but Belvin is the young eldest son who actually runs the shipyard now. And he is still alive and well. And you know that he runs the shipyards. So that's another potential angle.
Refuse to do business with a man named Belvin.
Yeah, so I mean, you guys have a few different. I don't know how you want to approach this, but you've got some options for ships. You've got some options for some sort of a, do you put you want to probably keep the elite guard here, but do you take some of the town guard and send them on a caravan to Magnamar? Yeah, which probably even 6 schleps would be enough to keep up any, keep away any ruffians.
Get those wounded to Magnamar ASAP on a barge.
What do you guys want to do? You guys wanted to meet with Devrin and Haas and Jill Barr? Do you want to have like a meeting at the Dragon or somewhere to sort this out? Do you want to go to the town hall? Do you want to? How do you want to handle it?
I think town hall's the place
Probably
for this.
Yeah, town hall.
All right, so
And obviously, Fathers Antus and Shalelu should be part of that as well.
okay. So you're going to have Xantu, Shalelu, Deverin, Haas, Jilbar, and the heroes all meet at the town hall.
Mm-hmm.
Proceed.
Yes.
Okay. So it's about 2 p.m. by now, and you all go back to the town hall, and you sit around the big oaken table, and there's some refreshments laid out by Deverin's staff, and you know time is of the essence, but you also know you need a degree of organization here. And Deverin takes over and says, "Well, I feel slightly better, if one can say that, given the turn of events. First, Captain Hosk, I want to say how proud we are and how indebted the whole town of Sandpoint is to your courageous act, which I know was a big risk for you and your family." And then he just demurs and says, "'Tis nothing, 'tis my oath." And then he kind of nods and she nods, and then she says, "Right, so by my understanding, Jilbar, you think that you and the healer from Magnamar, Lucinda, we'll call her, can heal all of the townsfolk, but there's still a problem with the ghoul fever that is beyond your powers. Is that what I understand?"
In a limited amount of time, and keeping in mind that my understanding of ghoul fever or similar diseases is it can progress intermittently, meaning one day someone may feel slightly better, but the next day they may feel worse, and worse after that day. So depending upon the strength of the disease and the hardiness of the individual, someone may last a couple days, some may fight it off completely, but some may last quite a while. It's a little hard to predict, but at the end of the day, the only sure method to make sure everyone survives is for the gods to grant us their powers to heal them. Unfortunately, we are but mortal vessels and can only cure so many per day based upon the boons of our deities. I myself have some powers that are healing and some that are more orientated towards other areas of Abadar's portfolio. I'm not only focused on healing sort of abilities within Abadar's realm. So I can only, I believe, summon one such spell per day to be able to grant those boons to one person. And if we are to be leaving, my friend Riven has been bitten. I would need to heal him tomorrow with that. So if we leave tomorrow, unfortunately, that is all we really can do at this point in terms of healing
Right.
those afflicted with the fever.
Yes, and I know that Lucinda has said that she has 4 of such spells now, and she's also volunteered to, and she looks at Father Zantus to take, and Shalelu to take the lead with her skill and training of the remaining patients in the cathedral and care for the wounded. And it sounds, Jilbar, like between you and Lucinda, that you think you can heal all of the wounded, but then we just have this ghoul fever problem.
Correct. I believe we have tended to any of the critically wounded already. There may still be some bandaging and whatnot for those who have some superficial or minor wounds to be dealt with, but all the critically wounded have been stabilized at a minimum already.
Right. And what of the dead? By my count, we have 28 dead, and she makes the sign of Desna. We have you, Devrin, or Jeremiah, who have kindly offered to take the sheriff's duties over from Jilbar, if they are indeed to go searching to Foxglove Manor to try to find this fiend who has caused this torment to our city. Do you two have any plan for the dead, or how would you handle such a thing? And indeed, before we get ahead of ourselves, I know it's once again asking much of you, Jilbar and the heroes, would you be willing to go to Foxglove Manor and to try to investigate this evil place and see if indeed Lord Foxglove is still working mischief from there?
It seems since our treason is tied to such a foul place that it's in our own best interest to go there.
Yeah,
Indeed.
I don't promise we can investigate, but I'll take out some foxglove, that's for sure.
At that, Jeremiah Hosk looks at you, Glurk, and gives you a knowing nod, like soldier to soldier.
From my end, it seems we have no choice. This foxglove seems to have broken and gone down the worst possible path imaginable, trying to infect our community with this horrible disease. We have no option. We must hunt him down, find him, destroy him. And hopefully we will find out something of his motivations and who he is tied to as part of that. But for the safety of our community, I do not see any other choice.
And maybe there's booty.
So Deborah nods at you, and then she turns to Finn or Riven, and well, first she turns to Sparrowhawk, and she says, and she starts saying, Finn, but then she says, Sparrowhawk, you've been quiet. What say you?
I say we go wherever the chance for justice and freedom leads us.
Well said, well said. And how about you, Riven? I know you've recently joined the heroes, but you have saved many lives here, and we owe you a debt of gratitude for which we will never be able to repay.
At this point, all I can imagine is doing away with these ghouls. They're foul things, foul things.
Well, it seems like we are in agreement then, Blurk. I know you're in. So the heroes will go to Foxglove Manor tomorrow morning. They will set out and hopefully find success. Sheriff Hosk, I would then turn to you to be able to handle the grisly details of the disposition and burial of along with you, Father Xantus, of the dead. And she bows her head and gives the sign of Desna again. May Desna's mercy shine upon their souls. And then that only leaves one other matter. As I was walking through the town intending to surveying the terrible damage and speaking with some of the townsfolk, they said that I went near the mill. There was a terrible conflagration, and the entire Johansson family was burned alive. And I do have witnesses saying that it was caused by the heroes. Does anyone know anything about this?
No, they were all dead before. I mean, yes, we were there. I mean, it was full of ghouls. Unfortunately, the ghouls had killed the family. It was terrible.
Well, I have direct accounts saying that the children were running out screaming, and then they were slaughtered by some of your magic arts.
No, battles are terrible places. Things move fast. I mean, a round is what, 1/6 of a second or something? It's insane. Like it's hard.
What is this round you speak of?
It is hard to tell what's happening when I mean, if you're not battle hardened like the heroes of Sandpoint who protect your town, I could understand how you might misunderstand what's happening and what's happening in time. But I assure you, the ghouls did all the damage.
Daverin or Jeremiah Haas exchanged a dubious look at Jilbar and then at Deverin. And he says, perhaps now is not the time to adjudicate such matters, for we have more pressing issues, as unfortunate as that may sound. Would you not agree, Mayor? She says, yes, we can We can look into this in our own time. Right, then all is settled. We will, heroes, if you can gird your loins for the next adventure ahead, and accept as a small token of our gratitude. I have spoken with Ameko over at the Rusty Dragon, and you have free room and board there for the rest of the day and night, of course. And let me know if there's anything else I can help you with as you prepare for your adventure. And I know, Jilbar, you had suggested that we invoke the authority to go into Vinny's shop and find any cure disease scrolls, and I will work with the healer to do that, and with the sheriff, so we will manage that. Is there anything else?
No.
No, let's
Mayor,
get.
as
Okay.
always, I thank you. I thank you for your wisdom and for your leadership in this time of crisis.
Excellent. And then as everybody's going out, she motions you aside, Jilbar, and she says, as everybody kind of leaves and goes down the stairs, and it's just you two, she says, Jilbar, well, this is a delicate matter, but might I ask what you've done with the treasure?
We have not spent a single coin of it. We did alter its form for transport, however.
What does that mean? She has a troubled look. What do you mean altered its form?
It's no longer in the form of coins. We converted it to bars for easier transport.
Ah, damn.
I share this only with you.
What does it matter?
Yes. No, you're not there.
Okay.
Yeah, as we originally discussed, we thought this might be funds that could help us fund the defense of Sandpoint, and frankly, I prayed upon it to Abadar and got the sense that it was brought to us for a reason, and that was the reason that we deigned it was here. Perhaps it is serving multiple purposes, but it is in the form of gold and platinum bars now.
This is difficult. I don't know. And you know, Jill Barr, did we role play that out that with your assistant?
No, I actually specifically said it was Renata and I who did it.
Okay.
She helped me that evening, and then we had people stationed around the.
Yeah. No, I know all that, but remember, you had the mole. We were gonna develop that storyline.
Yeah, you've mentioned that to me offline, but I don't know that that's.
Okay, so we'll keep that under our. We'll keep that mysterious for now. Okay, so he's gonna kind of leave it as, well, what do you think we should do with this, given all these dynamics that are unfolding quickly?
Well, I mean, if it becomes a point, they're saying it's treason that we found this treasure that the Minotaurs had somehow come into possession with. I don't know how that's the case. Had they simply had Magnamar reached out and said, if you come into possession of this, we need it returned because it's sensitive, we could easily return it, but that's not how they approached it now, is it?
No, and I think the horse is out of the barn, as it were, by the very act of smelting it. You've probably, in accordance with my understanding of Magnamarian law, and especially God only knows Absalom law, we've complicated the situation. Jabbar, I'm going to give you some advice, and if asked, I never gave it to you. Perhaps you need to finish your job of smelting in a manner that is in utter secrecy this time. You need to root out how they found out about it, and then all of that coin or that booty needs to disappear forever. If you understand my meaning.
I'm not sure I do. When you say disappear forever, Do you mean for it to literally go to the bottom of the ocean, or do you to be distributed?
Well, if it's smelted and there's no evidence of where it came from, I don't know why a distribution would be such a bad thing, provided you were smart enough not to spend any large amount of money anywhere near Magnamar.
Sparrowhawk drives up in a pink Cadillac.
Yeah.
But that is for another day. I think for right now, just make sure it's secure, it's secret, and keep it secret, keep it safe.
We're
And
all
at that,
gold
she kind of
grills.
turns back to her paperwork. That'll be all, Jilbar, and Godspeed to you. Godspeed.
All right.
So, you guys have got some solutions. We've got a ruined town that isn't your direct problem anymore. You've got until tomorrow morning to kind of back in your familiar terrain, getting ready for an adventure. So, is there anything you need to do between now and tomorrow morning? Any of you individually? You do think it would be smart. You're all exhausted and have not eaten well lately, obviously. Even though your physical wounds have healed, you think it would be a good thing to take the mayor up and have a couple hearty meals at the Dragon and get a good night's sleep, if nothing else.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Other than that, do you want to do anything to provision yourself? Now, granted, the stocks of the town are low.
Chauncey is going to copy spells from Bedhead Spellbook. So that's what he's
Okay.
gonna
Great.
study.
Yeah, I think we had loaded up after we got back from the Thistletop, and I don't know that we've, outside of the 20,000 gold we can't spend, at least not in a major way here in town or in Magnamar. I don't think we have gotten a ton of treasure since then. So if somebody wants to get something, but Jilbar's just going to spend time with his family and or at the Rusty Dragon with everyone, sort of getting reserves replenished.
So as you guys kind of reset, you go to the Dragon, and they kind of have a memorial already corner with candles lit and notes and stuff for Polly. God rest her soul. But Mimsy brings over some ale and some hot water for Dojo, etc. And you're kind of just breathing and eating some bread and cheese and grapes and kind of analyzing the situation. And Bedhead and Sparrowhawk and anybody really, you're kind of talking and you're like, what do we really know about the Foxglove history? You're comparing notes. And then you remember that you had, before all this chaos had started, you had an intention to spend the day, Sparrowhawk. You had been studying with, what's his hood? The professor.
Mm-hmm.
And you had on your guys' to-do list before all this chaos happened to spend more time with him and learn more about the history of whatever you could glean. You had actually asked him to do research on
let's do it.
on Foxglove and all that. So one direction you may want to go, one or some combination of you, is to go meet with, why can't I think of his name?
Brodert
Quink.
Yeah.
And then see if you could get some history, some valuable info.
Yeah.
Knowledge is always useful. I am very interested in this side mission of ours. I think it'll be
So who specifically wants to go and try to glean information? You'd say it's about 4:00 now.
Well,
I think that was a smarter version of myself, so maybe Bedhead, you're probably better suited for actually learning something than I am.
Yeah, but you should come to, because you were the one who talked to him about it originally. Okay. So I think
I can be there if you need some intimidation. That's about all I'm good for.
Well, he's a friend.
You don't think that would be a good idea?
I did play some chess with the guy, I think, right?
You think the skills of knowledge, local, and diplomacy might be the best approach?
Which I think Bedhead has the best for them.
Probably. Yep.
Okay, so Bedhead's going to go. Are you going to bring Chauncey?
Well, I did say he was going to study, but I might, every once in a while Chauncey comes up with a gem. So, yeah, I'm going to ask him to stop this. This will life experience, Chauncey. Real world field work. This is more important.
Okay, boss. And then what about Sparrowhawk? Do you think you're going to go just for continuity of relationship type thing?
I could do that for sure.
And then Jill Bar, you want to spend some time with your family?
Absolutely.
Okay, so you're going to do that. Dojo, do you have anything you want to be doing?
No, just sipping tea. Maybe I'll hang.
So you're just going to sit in the dragon and sip some hot water?
I'm gonna sip some hot water and just kind of surveil and help where I can if wounded are coming in or
Sure. Well, you could be helpful going to the cathedral and helping with Lucinda.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, great. So you're doing that. Riven.
I don't. I'm assuming I'm not really much use in the away mission. I guess I mean I can help out too. I mean I'm kind of rudderless. Anything obvious?
Yeah,
I
you
could
can come
jump
with me.
on? Okay.
Well, that's funny you should say that because there is a huge hole to be filled. No pun intended at the Pixie's Kitten.
That's where
Glurk's
going.
Glurk.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring some construction supplies. I'm gonna put on a tool belt and a hard hat.
Oh, I see. Yes. Okay, got it.
Yeah. So Riven, you want to go with your shipbuilding knowledge? Do you want to go help Glurk rebuild the kitten?
And I'm wearing my
pay you in kind.
Ooh.
I'm wearing my super tight jean shorts.
Pirates are. I'm all about the barter system.
All right. So you guys go ahead there, and so we got some. We'll kind of hand wave the schmaltz going on at the Hepsukin household. I think we can hand wave the good deeds done by Dojo. Dojo, the only thing to say is that you do find Lucinda very attractive.
Wizard.
A beauty.
And before we go to Broderd, let's swing in at the Pixie's Kitten. We'll say a couple hours after you guys have arrived. What do we see?
All right. So, first of all, Glurk has put on some kind of like really short jean shorts and taken off his shirt, and he's sweating. He's worked up a sweat. He's got a hammer in his hand, and he's putting together the stairway that he broke, but it doesn't look very good. It doesn't look very safe.
Okay.
That's what he's doing.
Excuse me, with Riven, he's kind of Riven. You are somewhat of a master shipbuilder.
For sure, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe with Riven's help, he can kind of.
Yeah, he's fixing all the bad hammer jobs that I did.
Okay. Yeah.
What's your girl's name?
Tawny.
Clerk. Yeah, so Connie's got a friend.
Oh.
Sherry, who's taken a shine to Riven.
Oh dear. Sherry.
You know, they are without their mistress, so they need some protection, I think.
Well, and it's interesting you say that because the girls have voted, and Tani is the new mistress.
Oh yeah, nice. I'm gonna start grooming her.
What? Oh God! What happened to the old lady?
She got eaten.
She got her disemboweled.
Ghouls. God, that sucks.
I mean, honestly,
children.
I'm grooming her to be like a source of information for my spy network.
Oh, that kind of grooming. Choose your words carefully, my friend.
Yeah. Fair point. All right, so let's, without further ado, go over to Broderd's house, where he's, welcomed you in, and you guys have exchanged harrowing stories of the ghoul battle for a few minutes. And then it's time to get down to business. Bedhead. And
Yes.
Sparrowhawk, you can aid, and Chauncey can, for that matter.
Okay.
You guys I need a very important knowledge local check.
All right. I'm rolling it off the board tonight, but I got a good.
Do any of you guys have knowledge? Let me just look at your skills.
Okay. That's good. So I'm gonna roll it up.
Bedhead. Knowledge local is really good for you, Bedhead. Chauncey, he's got local. He's got a +6, so he can aid.
Yeah.
What about Sparrowhawk? You've got knowledge local also. So you, Chauncey and Sparrowhawk, you can aid Bedhead, but this is a fairly important role.
Okay.
All right, here's my roll. Doing it on the board.
Jesus Christ.
Never mind.
Oh, Jesus.
It's technically not an auto fail, but
so
we
I
don't have any.
will hand wave a Quaker point use if you want to.
Yeah.
Sure. I will gladly do that. All right, we're trying it again. Come on, fucking.
Do it off the board, jackass.
Yeah, do it off the board.
You can add 4 to your diplomacy. So with your diploma or with your knowledge local, it's a +13 on whatever you roll.
Okay, +13 off the board. Here we go. That's better. That's an 11. So 13. That's 24.
Okay.
But that's not with the aid. +2 aids. But here, Chauncey's gonna aid. Right? So what do you need? Better than a 10 to aid? Ooh. Or no, but +16 or 15. So Chauncey aids.
I aid.
So that's another plus.
We're gonna say you guys have the above DC 25. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4 tiers of info. You just missed the 5th tier.
Oh.
But you're gonna get a lot of good info about Foxglove Manor. So Brodard sits down and says, "Here's what I have learned from my studies and research of Foxglove Manor. Foxglove Manor is over 80 years old and has been the seat of the Foxglove family the whole time. Some sort of tragedy struck the family a few decades ago, and no one's lived there since. Rumor has it the place is haunted. It's known as the Misgivings by some locals, particularly by Varisians. It certainly has a bad reputation. Sightings of strange lights in the attic windows, muffled sounds of screaming from above and below, and even rumors of a huge bat-winged devil living in the caves below the manor are but a few of the tales told about the place. Indeed, the Foxglove family lived there as recently as 2 decades ago, but then a fire burned down the servants' building. Sorelli Foxglove was found dead, burnt and dashed on the rocks below the cliffs behind the house. And her husband, Trevor Foxglove, was found in his bedroom, dead by his own hand. The children, including young Aldern, were sent away to be raised in Corvosa by distant relations. And Aldern recently returned to live in the manor, but he's had a hell of a time hiring locals to aid him in the reconstruction and repair of the old building. Until Aldern moved back in, the place was cared for by a man named Rogers Craisby, a retired innkeeper who lost an ear in the bar fight many years ago. He came in 3 days a week from Sandpoint to air the place out, check for squatters, and make minor repairs. Do you guys remember when you had the battle on the Hambley farm?
Mm-hmm.
And remember the gas that attacked you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He had a key to the manor, and he had an ear that was misshapen.
Mm.
And then final piece of information with your high roll is Foxglove Manor was built decades ago by Borrow Foxglove, a merchant prince from Magnamar. He and his family lived there for 20 years before the entire family perished from disease. The surviving foxgloves of Magnamar shunned the place for 40 years until his son Trevor Foxglove moved back in. Oh, it's so too bad you missed the last piece of info.
Trevor Foxglove is the Foxglove we know, or no?
No, Aldern is, which would have been Foxglove. Aldern's dad was Trevor.
Okay. And is Aldern, Broder, is Aldern living there now? He has moved back in such a haunted and terrible place.
Yes, yeah. Well, you had known from the first piece of info he gave you that he recently had moved back in there, and he's trying to do renovations, but he's having trouble hiring anybody to repair the buildings because of the fear of the place.
And Horton, I'm a little confused by. You said no one lived there for 80 years, but then 40 years ago or 20. How long has the manor been empty? I guess I misunderstood.
So it was built over 80 years ago by Vorl, the scion of the family. And they lived there for 20 years before the entire family perished from disease. Okay. And then the surviving foxgloves of Magnamar shunned the place for 40 years until Trevor moved back in. So Trevor came 20 years ago? And then all this tragedy happened when Aldern was a boy, and then he moved away with his sister to Corvosa, and now recently he's moved back in. Does that help?
And Broder, did you find anything out about sister or no?
A sister? No, I can't seem to find anything about her.
If we only would have rolled better, maybe.
Yes, and there's one more scrap of information I seem to have picked up, but don't know what it means. Something, a reference I found to some association with some organization from Magnamar, a secret gentleman's club, as far as I can tell, called the Brothers of the Seven. But I don't know what that means.
Horton, the Brothers of the Seven, have we run into that? Was behind the tattoos and stuff we've seen, or no? Is that something different?
You're not sure, but you think it's interesting that the number would be 7, right? With a Sahadron ruin having a 7-pointed star. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a 7-pointed star, right?
So it's all very curious. But that's all he knows.
Well, thank you.
So some good info. Anything else you want to ask him?
No, Broder, I know you're a...
Oh, actually, I misspoke. Trevor Foxglove was Vorl's great nephew, not his great grandson.
Broder, I know your history of this area and this region and its Thessalonian ties. Is there any history to where the manor sits that goes farther back than the family? Anything?
Well, this whole coast is full of Thessalonian ruins. In fact, as we've recently discovered with the catacombs, and of course the lighthouse, which I don't think was a lighthouse at all. As I've told you before, it's all Thessalonian.
Yes. We'll have to sit down and have a nice cup of brandy sometime.
Indeed. Well, good luck to you. Off you go. I have many things to do.
Thessalonian.
Yeah.
The old Thessalonian goodbye.
Yeah. So, okay, by now it's evening. I presume you sup at the Rusty Dragon. Mako comes over and says, "Hey, how you guys all holding up?"
Good.
Okay. Then she kind of looks awkwardly at you guys and walks away.
Good.
Hey, Horton, I have a question real quick. So I know from Vinny Vava Voom that we went stuff we had on layaway from him a while ago. How long ago was that? Because I got an item that
didn't you guys pick all that up, John?
Yeah, how long ago?
All the stuff we had put on before we went to Thistletop, we now picked up. If there's anything that you put on after we got back from Thistletop, he's probably going to pick that up in Magnamar right now.
I mean, I think it was something that we originally ordered, and like it was going to take basically I have some. I believe I have it.
You're cutting out.
Ah, motherfucker. How long ago did we get stuff from Vinny Vava Voom? I need to know. Because I need to wear something for a week. I want to know how many days.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say that's borderline. I don't know for sure.
Yeah, I don't think it's been a week. It's 3 days. Or like just
no, it hasn't been a week, unfortunately.
Okay, that's all I need to know. All right, thanks. And I'm gonna log out and log back in just because if I'm cutting.
Okay, so you do that, and then let me know if you have any going once, going twice type things you want to do, and then if not, we'll just say it's the next morning. Is everybody sleeping at? Where's everyone sleeping?
Pixie's Kitten is my preference.
Assuming after a day's hard work.
So Riven and Gloric are staying at the Kitten, and they're having quite the time. Jabbar, of course, will be with his family. That leaves Sparrowhawk and Dojo and Bedhead and Chauncey.
I think last night I spent huddled up in DTD's former bed, but I think tonight I'll go back to Jilbar's house and sleep in that hump shack.
Yeah, so you're gonna hear sounds of humping, you'd probably assume.
I'll bite my
nails.
nails.
You kind of like that, right?
Yeah, I mean, don't cost nothing.
Yeah. And
gotta keep
Dojo?
my eye on all that smelted gold.
Oh, Dojo's lost.
Just jacking it.
Okay, so Dojo's jacking off. As soon as Till comes back, hopefully we'll get rolling.
Horton, just one thing so you know, I'm memorizing or praying for a couple spells that I have not used before.
Okay.
One of which is remove disease, so I'll have that in the morning to make sure before we leave that Riven is cured. So hopefully I can do that before before it was a full 24 hours and he would have to make a roll. And then I'll also be memorizing or praying for a spell called a visualization of the mind.
Oh, it's spicy.
What's that?
And I'll just that actually takes an hour in the morning. We're less than a day from the misgivings, correct?
Oh yeah, you'll get there in a half a day.
Okay, so there's a cost involved. I'll go ahead and use that.
Okay.
Or take that off my character sheet, and then
Thank you for being honest.
Absolutely, I'll do this ritual, which involves praying to Abadar and trying to fully center myself so that I can use all of my senses to the best of my capacity.
Wow.
Okay. That sounds spicy. Let me just check one more thing while we're waiting. Those of you here, I'm going to have you roll a somewhat spicy and important six-sider. Let me think how I want to do this.
Is that for the number of Quaker points we get for successfully keeping the town
Totally.
from being infected by?
Yeah, everybody. I remember I gave everybody a Quaker point hand waving.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
I did not.
I think Rito already knew that.
I did, and I've already removed tills.
Yeah, for delaying us.
No, we're using it.
Mm-hmm. Went to good
Yeah. Good use.
knowledge, local.
Yeah, knowledge. Always good. This is how do I want to do this? Because it's somewhat important. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay.
Wizard.
Yeah, that's how I'll do it. Rito.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we go with Sparrowhawk first? Give me a six.
Okay.
Give me a roll. Roll a 6-sider and let me know what number.
6-sider, and let you know what number 4.
Okay. Yeah. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. I like that. And okay. Let's now go for Hollywood. You want to roll a 6-sider and let me know what you get?
For sure. Oops, sorry. Uh,
Natural 20.
3.
Oh, that works. All right. Spicy. All right, Jill Barr, how about you roll? How many do you get?
Certainly. That is a natural 4.
Hepsukin.
Re-roll that.
That is a 2.
Filling up the middle of that board.
A number 2.
Okay, so that's spicy. And Glurky, you want to roll?
2.
Re-roll.
5.
Aha.
No 1s, no 6s.
5. That is perfect. Okay, that is Glurk. And is Dojo back?
Dojo?
Oh, yay. Dojo, you want to give me a roll?
I'd love to.
Die 6.
How about a 2?
Even, huh? 2, 3. Okay, that makes sense. That. Okay, thank you, sir. And I think all our paperwork's done. Now we're just waiting on Till. Waiting for Godot.
Derek Michael. Where are you masturbating today?
Sparrowhawk instead of. Okay. That's right. Let's see. That makes sense.
North Carolina.
Okay. That is good.
Daddy was a wizard, made me his friend.
Work.
Summoned up a squirrel.
And ribbon is there. All right. Well, we may just have to start without them.
Let's do that.
Much as I hate to do that. All right. So we got clerk ribbon. So you wake up the next day and who am I missing? Oh, bedhead. Duh.
Roadhead.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see, they're re-releasing Samurai Swords 40th Anniversary Edition.
No, really?
Yeah.
When is that coming out? By Christmas?
I don't know. Coming this fall.
Okie dokie, artichoke. All right, so you wake up the next morning. It's you know what? We're gonna say it's a rainy, gloomy day, kind of a misty day, fog to kind of set the tone. You think those of you who've lived in the area think a weather system's rolling off at this time of year. It's gonna be kind of like a heavy blanket of low-hanging clouds and fog. It's chilly, about 55 degrees out. Kind of a fall-like day. And you gather all your equipment and you make a solemn procession out the north gate where, you know, Decker met his death.
Poor Decker.
And many others. And you start, you circle around and you start heading down the southern road. Let me get you to a different map. 6. So, okay, different.
Are they calling it Ikusa?
There we go. Boom. Do you guys see a different map?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I tried to draw the blue line to show you where you're going.
Ah, okay.
So it's basically most of the way down the Magnamarian Road, and then you're gonna go off, and there's kind of you're gonna go over a bridge, and then there's kind of a service road, but you don't know that yet. So you begin your day. Say you leave at about what time are you gonna leave?
Early.
Yeah, morning.
Like what time?
8-ish.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get up early and get everything sorted. You push off. Riven and Glurk, how you guys feeling?
Oh, very well rested and drained.
Okay.
Jesus.
What? Riven?
Are we gonna go with these guys, or are we just gonna we're splitting up, right?
No, we're all going together.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, good.
On the boat.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get to the boat. Gather our stuff. Get out of here.
I thought we were going over land.
We are going over.
Yeah, I think that's a metaphorical boat. I think that was an Apocalypse Now reference.
Kind of like row the boat.
Row the boat.
Yeah. So yeah, you could do a PJ Fleck, whatever. I'm gonna get a glass of wine. You guys start walking.
Wow.
You guys start going down the road, coast road, foggy day. We'll say you don't really. We'll say you make it to the bridge down there by about 11, shortly before lunchtime. We'll say. Not that bridge. This bridge you cross within an hour, but this one down here near the southern farmsteads by Ash and Rise. And you know it's actually not far from Habe Sanatorium here. We'll say you make it there for luncheon if you guys want to stop and break your fast.
Let's break the fast.
All right. So Amako has been kind enough to pack you guys a couple baskets of food. And it's fresh bread and cheese and strawberries and grapes and apples. It's a nice fare. And she even found a way to bottle up some very hot water. I don't know what magic she's using, Dojo, but it's still steaming hot.
She picked out a thermos for me.
Yeah, exactly. So you do that and you maybe take a half hour and then you push on. And a couple hours later, say by mid-afternoon, you get to a break in the road. So we'll say you had lunch here. You get to a break in the road, and there's just a little dirt road that has kind of an unkempt, muddy road, and it's just a sign that says Foxglove Manor, and it's kind of run down, and it's pointing this way. And you head down, and about an hour later, so by now it's late afternoon, and you got about 3 hours of sunlight left at this time of year. You start coming up on Foxglove Manor, and let me just read you what you see. So as you get close, you're getting close to the dark sea cliffs overlooking the Vriezen Gulf. Here, wild seabirds call out to a roaring ocean that turns hundreds of feet below. Foxglove Manor, as you see in the distance, almost seems as if nature itself had become thick and twisted. Nettles and thorns grow more prominent as you get closer. Trees are leafless and bent, and the wind seems unnaturally cold coming off the sea as it whistles through the cliffside crags. The path slowly rises, bending around a steep corner in the cliffs, and then Foxglove Manor looms at the edge of the world. The strangely cold sea wind rises to a keening shriek as Foxglove Manor comes into view. The place has earned its local nickname of the Misgivings well, for it almost appears to loathe its perch high above the ocean, as if the entire house were poised for a suicide leap. The roof sags in many places, and mold and mildew take the crumbling walls. Vines of diseased-looking gray wisteria strangle the structure in several places, hanging down over the precipitous cliff edge, almost like tangled braids of hair. The house is crooked, its gables angling sharply and breached in at least 3 places, hastily repaired by planks of sodden wood. Chimneys rise from various points among the cliff tops, leaning like old men in a storm, and grinning gargoyle faces leer from under the eaves. So, with that, let me get you to a different map. Dun dun dun. Let me get you to this map. Boom. Tell me what you see.
Pathway to a manor house, it looks like.
Mm-hmm. All right. So what you see in front of you as you come up the road, you see a ruined building where I'm pinging off to your right. And then about 50 feet ahead, it looks like the entrance, there's 2 entrances, but it looks like where I'm pinging down south is the main entrance to the manor. And let me just get something else. Second. Mm-hmm. Have we lost Till?
It seems as if we have.
He's not on the call anymore.
But he is on roll 20.
Well, he was gonna check his deal, or he lost his audio and he was gonna log in and out, right?
Yeah, and he hasn't been heard from it yet.
Maybe he's better.
All right, so okay, let me just get down to that and that. Perfect. Okay. So as you're coming up to this outbuilding on the left, right, it looks like it has been through a terrible fire. And you can't really tell how many floors the outbuilding that once stood here had whenever it was intact, but all that remains are kind of sooty, scorched stones of the foundation. And as you get closer to it, there's like a 4-foot wide stone well that sits in the corner of the ruins as you kind of look through the broken stone. So let me kind of reveal a little. And okay, now let me do polygon reveal. Okay, and I'll reveal the full runes. Let me know if I did so. Gotta do corner action here. Okay, that should be all of it. Do you see the runes?
Yep.
Yep.
And where I'm pinging here is where the well is. You can kind of see because these stones here are only a few feet tall. So yeah, go on, position yourselves how you will. Anyone else?
Okay.
What's going on with this well? Why are we so interested in this
Does
well?
anyone want to investigate the well?
Dojo will. Dark
Yeah, give me a
vision,
perception check.
perception, all that jazz.
Give me a perception check. Let me know what you get.
That's a 25.
Okay. With a 25, you can tell that the well drops about 100 feet, and it looks like it drops into a pool of rainwater. Anyone else want to make a perception check, see if they can see?
Worst stat.
I'll give it a shot.
Sure. Okay.
Oh, hold on 1 second. Sorry.
Hey, I'm kind of back. I wish I wouldn't have logged out. My computer's getting old and it's hating Discord right now.
You should get a new
Oh
computer.
no.
I just need a new operating system.
Yeah.
It's more that. And
I got a 22.
22.
Hey, guys.
With a 22, you see the same.
I hate to do this, but I cannot stay awake. I gotta sign off.
Oh, no.
Well, you could
Yeah.
sign off, or you could just turn your camera on and take a little nap.
That's creepy.
Something, but I gotta go. I didn't
Yeah.
get the
Okay, bye, dude.
Night.
Night.
Have a good night, John.
Good night, John.
Bye.
Later.
Hey, do better.
All right. Anyone else want to investigate the well?
Yeah, I will.
All right, go for it. Yeah, anybody's welcome to roll.
What are we rolling on?
So you found it. Yeah. So Till, you see where I'm pinging you. You found a old well, and it looks like it's a ruined building that had been burned with fire, and it's almost been scorched down to the bottom of the stone.
And what is the what is the check? What's the skill?
Perception.
Perception.
All right. So
You're
I
gonna
rolled
look
for
down
me
the well
and
and
for
see what you
Chauncey.
see.
So give me a sec. Bedhead got a not great 19 for Bedhead, and Chauncey is a poor Chauncey. How's his perception so bad? 11 for Chauncey. Not very perceptive. Probably because.
Well, all right. So yeah, nobody can really tell anything more. You're not sure how deep it is. You're not sure what else is down.
I got a 16.
You know,
Does that help?
I did it. I checked it. I rolled a 20. I don't know. But Squeaks, you had higher, right?
I did, and so did Bruno.
Yeah, you guys were both higher. Never mind. Sorry. Yeah,
You mean you got a 20 or rolled a 20?
I got a 20. Did not roll a 20.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you needed. Yeah, I'll say no.
All good. I just. Hey, and you know what? I hate to be a copycat with Cat with John. I got a bug soon. I unfortunately I should have said this earlier. I got to wake up wicked early.
Okay.
Done work stuff. So just
wait until we get like attacked or something.
I know what.
There's a big black well sitting here that we're making perception checks on.
Please leave when we get attacked.
Okay, I was gonna say I don't know what kind of
Yeah.
Well, no pun intended. Well,
Yeah, you're full of them tonight.
Yeah. So as you're looking down the well, you're trying to figure out what's down there, and everyone's peering in intently. And Sparrowhawk, you feel like something is looking at you.
Okay.
Give me another perception check as you kind of gaze behind you.
Okay, and I will mention to my cohorts, I believe something is afoot. And that is 24.
With a 24, you see perched behind you on the stones, there seems to be a handful of ravens. They look really fucked up and sickly. And even as you're looking at them, it looks like some more fly in.
Uh-oh.
And kind of more and more keep flying in.
And they all appear to be sickly?
Yeah. And it's weird because they fly in and they just sit perched on the stone and they're all staring at you. And more keep coming in. And they're completely silent and still, like they're statues, but they're just staring at you. And everybody can make a perception check.
Okay. Another one?
Mm-hmm.
24.
21.
24 for Bedhead, too.
24
so anyone who got over a 20, you start analyzing it, and these ravens don't look normal. They look really sickly, and God, you can't quite put your finger on it. If you didn't know better, you think, God, these things almost look undead. Is that possible?
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
And they keep flying in, and just as...
all right, I'm readying my axe.
Okay. And then they just start appearing, and I'm just going to do a little reveal here. You see 4 groups of them, specifically. And...
Normal size ravens?
Yeah. But there's...
A murder?
About how many of them?
That's crows, I think. Each group, they seem to be like moving in like 4 packs where I revealed. And you're not sure. I mean, each group has got like 20 of them or more. And even as you all kind of look up, and the second you see them, you get the sense. What happened?
Sorry. As time expired, Green Bay just tied it with Dallas. Sorry.
God damn it.
I thought you were going to say that a group of ravens is called an unkindness.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So as you, they all seem to look at you like a Roman legion turning, and then one of them gives a shriek, and it's not a caw. It's like some sort of fucking language, and you can't quite put your finger on it. And then in unison, they all start moving toward.
Like,
oops.
Okay.
Yeah, let me switch here. This group goes here. This group goes here. This group goes here. And this group flies over to Bedhead and Chauncey. And roll for initiative.
Do we go down the well?
You could.
Yeah. Jojo's got a 6.
Okay. Riven?
Sorry. A 12.
Okay.
I got a 19, it looks like.
Okay, let me just get here. All right. So Riven got a 12.
Yeah.
Chauncey or Glurk, what'd you get? 19. Sparrowhawk?
Yep, 19.
16.
16. And Dojo got a 6. And Chauncey and Bedhead?
Bedhead got a 13 and Chauncey got a 14.
Okay. Chauncey 14, Bedhead 13. Okay, so looks like these guys get the first move in this group. I gotta find where they are. Which ones? The ones that are pestering Riven and Glurky are gonna take the first move. And I just need to, if you will indulge me, I'm gonna pull up my carrier stock. All right. And they automatically hit as this huge like swarm comes around you and starts pecking at you and beating its wings at you and getting in your eyes, and you're both distracted and kind of freaking out, and you each take 3 points of damage.
All right.
3.
Yep. But you do you're kind of distracted, so it's like you just have a swarm of something on you, like a swarm of bees, so you can't really focus. And then the next thing that happens is Glurk, you actually can go, and you think, you're not sure, but you think you can attack it. You can attack them. You're not sure.
All right. Well, I'm gonna start swinging with Gorbash.
All right, take a swing.
Slicing these things as best I can. All right. First, first hit is a 15.
Yeah, just kind of feel like you missed him.
All right.
Slice right through.
My next one is a 30.
Oh, well, you think you hit him that time? Yeah, you kind of swing and you get your footing back, and you kind of backhand and you hit a bunch of them. Give me a damage roll.
All right. Gladly. We're doing straight up 1d12 right now. 11 points of damage.
Yeah, you think you've done some damage. You knocked a handful of them down. But they're still swarming around, and they're still, and the unnerving thing is they seem to be almost like talking in some sort of language you don't recognize. And Bedhead, you can hear it, and you can give me a knowledge religion.
Oh, nice. All right. Oh, nice. That's pretty good. Just give me a second. I think that's going to make us happy. Knowledge. Oh, sorry. Knowledge religion is that's Chauncey. Just a sec. 26.
With a 26, you recognize that they're not just crying; they're speaking a dread language called Necro, which you know in your studies to be the language of the dead.
Oh.
A language called Necro. That's the dread language of the dead.
Excellent.
I never studied Necrol in school.
It's a very obscure branch of knowledge, but all right. So just as you're reflecting on that, Bedhead, this swarm engulfs you and Chauncey, and you each take 6 points of damage.
Oh, ouch.
as they're pecking at your eyes and tearing at your flesh.
Do I know? Can I do any kind of dungeoneering check or anything about the best way to escape a swarm? Do I have any knowledge on that?
Give me a roll.
All right. Ooh, also 15, which is pretty good for knowledge dungeoneering. I'm assuming that would be the best. 25.
You know that what can you know that they have a distraction capability where if you try to cast a spell, you would have to make a really high concentration check or the spell would be wasted.
Can I run
remember
out
that
of the
from your
swarm?
research. But what's interesting though is they're also they also have a they ironically and sadly they seem to you seem to remember in your reading that they have a vulnerability to positive energy.
Oh, great.
Huh.
Hey,
Yeah,
Gilmar.
yeah.
That's
Bummer,
Huh.
bro. Bummer, bro. In fact, one might even say that the dungeon master featured these creatures so your cleric could shine.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do I know
Bad
anything about,
luck.
do I know anything about outrunning or running out of a swarm?
Yeah, that's your concentration. Just that's all you can remember because right now your eyeballs are being pecked out.
Yeah. I'm gonna try. I mean, I guess I'm gonna try to double move. Well, I guess Chauncey technically goes first, but Chauncey's gonna hold his action to go after Joe Bar.
So before you do that, you can do that, but you know that these things probably have a fly speed that's faster than your move.
Fuck.
TikTok.
I'm gonna try to cast a spell. I mean, if I don't think I can
Are
outrun
you?
them. I mean, if I can outrun them, like you know, I have no positive energy spells, so sure, I'm gonna try.
Okay, so I need you to give me a concentration check with a DC of. Well, just give me a concentration check and let me know what you get.
What is a concentration check? Is that I'm sorry, I don't like. That's not a.
Roll it.
Yeah, you roll a 20. What do you add, Rito?
It'll say on Till's character sheet right above.
Oh yeah, that's right. It shows on your skill.
Yep. Okay, here, I'll roll a 20 first. Let me do that first, and we'll see if we even need to look at my character sheet.
Right.
No, I don't need to, and I lost the spell. I know it's. I lost. Stone Call is what I lost. I lost whatever. I lost a spell.
Okay, just subtract it from your.
Yep. Chauncey's gonna try. Chauncey's gonna try to run, figuring they can't be on both of us.
Okay. So who's gonna run?
Chauncey, because I already tried to cast a spell.
Okay. So go ahead.
He held his action to go after me to see what I was going to do. And when casting a spell didn't work, he freaked out and ran.
Okay, so he's going to run. And the swarm seems to stay with you.
So I think he's going to run over here by imaginary Joe.
Okay, so he gets out of the swarm, but the swarm is still all over you. And then, let's see, that. And now it is, unfortunately, they went. Now it is the carrion swarm around Dojo. Dojo, you take 3 points of damage as this swarm of ravens and this speaking this foul tongue just starts pecking at you and swatting you.
Okay. I'm gonna start swanging.
What do you do? Yeah, do it.
Ooh, that's not great. I'm not gonna power attack here.
Okay.
So that's 16.
A 16 is a hit,
Okay.
as far as you could tell. But you seem to be like flying through the air doing.
So that is 10 points of damage.
Okay, you seem to be affecting them.
Okay.
As a number of them fall down.
Flurry of blows.
Okay.
That's a hit. And that yields 6 points of damage. And
okay,
then my
describe your kill, because you just somehow with your Fist of Fury, you have killed about 25 of these things in one flying.
Wow, nice.
He's a blender. You wind that guy's key up, and it's like Super Ginsu, man.
Sweet. Yeah, so you guys all see this on the corner of your eye, and you just see Dojo flipping around and just like a sawmill, legs, elbows, knees, kind of a Muay Thai thing going on.
I got one more attack if I can attack something.
You.
Or did I scare them off?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that was your turn.
Okay.
Good work though. You managed to single-handedly take out a swarm of these evil creatures.
Take that,
and the next
brain.
Oh, wow. Sparrowhawk.
All right.
I actually skipped you. You're up.
I am going to try and do the same thing as my great martial partner Dojo did. I'm just going to start shooting these birds out of the sky.
Okay. So you're gonna pull, and you've got all the requisite abilities to
I do have point blank shot. Yep. So I think, now that you say that, I think firing into melee provokes. I won't lose my shots, but I think I'll take it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to run that risk.
These guys, yeah, go for it.
So I'll take my first shot and then see how that goes. So that is a definitely going to be a hit, 29. And,
and the way I see this is there's like a dense pack of them coming, and you pull like a Legolas, and you just and somehow your arrows are just flying through the air, and you hit a bunch of them at the same time.
That's exactly what I'm trying to emulate there. And I'm gonna do 4 plus 11 is 15 points of damage on my first arrow.
15 points of damage on your first arrow.
Actually, that would be a multi-shot, so it's actually going to be 15, 16, 17.
Jesus.
Plus 7.
Describe your kill.
So I'll do that Legolas move.
Yeah. So what does it look like?
Just kind of like you're talking. It's just a little pepper. He just keeps going back to the quiver and dinging arrow, and he has this swarm of ravens comes in. One drops, and then another 2 behind it drop, and by the time it gets to him, the last one just drops.
Yeah, and you're like skewering them. I imagine like a kebab.
Yes.
You're getting like 8 of them.
Do that sweet Legolas last maneuver is I just poke out the arrow. It doesn't even shoot it. I just poke it out. Yeah. So
the swarm goes down.
Oh,
and now we got Riven.
All right. Gosh, I'm trying to think of anything I got. I think I think a magic missile would. I suppose I'm firing.
Yeah, that would automatically hit.
Let's just go for that, man.
And keep in mind, Glurk's already wounded yours.
Oh, right. So, I'll do that. So let's see. Stand by here. 1d4, 3. I'm whopping. Wait for it. 7 points of damage. Jesus,
nice.
That was a bad
That's
roll.
enough to kill it.
A horrible roll.
So thanks to Glurk in his action, he's swinging all over, and then you just unleash fire on them, and they just flop down. Nice work. All right, so the only piece of business left is these sons of bitches who are still on Bedhead.
Let them kill the caster.
And they're gonna automatically attack with another 1 point of damage.
But doesn't Glurk get to go first?
Yes.
Yes, he does.
Okay, I'm gonna run in and try to swap them.
Yeah, I guess you could do that.
All right, here we go. 24.
Hit.
9 points.
Okay, they're still up, but they're wounded.
I probably should have power attacked.
And yeah, good try, good effort. And now it is the swarm, and now you take the 1 point of damage, Bedhead. And then you can go. Actually, Sparrowhawk goes before you because I skipped him the wrong way last time. Sparrowhawk, do you want to get involved?
Yeah, I will just pivot and just start shooting them out of the sky again.
Yeah, do it.
All right. That is also going to be a hit.
Yeah.
And that would be a multi-shot again, so it's going to be kind of gross. 9 plus 14, 25 points of damage.
Oh, yeah. Describe your kill.
So I kind of just pivot and do the same thing. Just start plucking them right out of the sky.
So you see these 4 swarms go down, and then you see, as you look around, you see 100 of ravens in the nearby trees, and they're just staring at you.
Let's get into the manor.
Yeah, let's try that.
Yeah, you think that would be a really good idea. And anyone who took damage, make sure you mark it off.
Did I take damage in that last peck?
No.
Oh, no? Okay.
No. So you go into the front door.
I feel like we're funneled in there.
I hate to do this,
All right.
dude. So I gotta.
It's
I
good.
should have.
Yeah,
it's good.
Go for it.
All right, guys.
Yeah, get some good sleep.
So, Timmy, I will send you a note here. We'll connect this week.
All right, sounds good.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
See you Friday.
Bye, bud. Yeah, so you go to the entrance of the actual manor proper, and you open the door, and the doors are unlocked. And you open the door, and you're met with. You can kind of see the ambient light coming through just from a cloud, a dark day. Some lights coming through, and you hear the sound.
Here, Horton, which one?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So if you go, down here.
Gotcha.
Okay. So you guys can put yourselves in the front hallway there, and as you go in, or you can open the door and kind of peer in. We'll say.
Yeah, we don't.
And the sounds of the house straining and creaking gives this long, high-ceilinged room an additional sense of age and decay. The place smells damp, the unpleasant tinge of mold lacing the air as surely as it stains the wooden floor walls and furniture in pallid patches. Moldering trophies hang on the walls to the northeast. A boar, a bear, a fire pit cougar, and a stag. Yet they pale in comparison to the monster on display in the center of the room. Here crouches a 12-foot-long creature with the body of a lion, a scorpion's tail fitted with dozens of razor barbs, huge bat-like wings, and a deformed humanoid face.
A manticore.
So, do you enter?
Yeah, can you do a
you want to do a reveal?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I had. How awkward. How rude. Rude and awkward at the same time. Hey, Chuta, how rude. Yeah, let me do a little P reveal here. Okay, polygon reveal. I'll give you a little sugar here. Okay, boom. Boom. Does that do it?
That did do it.
All right, so position yourselves how you will.
What is that thing?
Manticore.
It's a manticore.
Mythical beast known as a manticore.
And does it appear to be literally a living, well, not a living, but a former beast?
Like taxidermy style?
Yeah, it kind of gives you that vibe, right? That taxidermy vibe. You can't be sure until you get closer, but that's kind of the vibe you're getting. Oh yeah. So, do you guys enter?
Mm-hmm.
We entered.
Okay, you're all in there. Okay, so everyone, give me a perception check.
Okay.
God.
My dice go.
12.
15.
1 second. 25.
The better one is probably Chauncey, who gives a. Oh no, his perception's shit. Chauncey is a 12, and Bedheads is a. 15 for Bedhead.
15 and a 12. So the only one, and this is somewhat appropriate, the only one who hears this is Sparrowhawk. Were you going to say, Toe?
Technically a 17. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Sparrowhawk, you hear, you can't be sure, but you could have sworn you heard what sounds like sobs coming from somewhere upstairs.
Like what?
Sobs?
Like crying, like sobbing.
Oh, sobs.
I hear someone crying upstairs.
That's just Chauncey. He does that stuff.
And just at the same time, Bedhead, you're not sure, but you could have sworn you caught a momentary whiff of burning hair and flesh.
Whoa.
That's me in my childhood. All right. Let's investigate. I'm going to investigate this room. I'm going to take a little, not taking 10, but I'm going to take some time to kind of look around the room. It's besides what we saw on first inspection. Do we see anything else?
Yeah, so let me just check something here. Bedhead, as you walk across the manticore, kind of start walking past the manticore, all of a sudden, you see the manticore move.
No way.
And it flips over and turns its head to you, and you see the face of a young lady in anguish, even as the fur of the manticore erupts into flame. At the same time, the tail strikes forward.
Oh no.
A flaming tail, and smacks you.
Or tries. Probably does. They don't have any spells out. But...
And let me make a touch attack here.
I'm sure I'm going to get hit, but sure.
Touch is 18.
That's yes. I mean, I don't even have to look.
Okay, sure. And you take 16 points of fire damage.
16?
Mm-hmm.
Bedhead's having a rough day.
And now I need you to give me a very important reflex. And tell me what you get.
Oofta.
Reflex, huh? Reflex. I'm going to cast a spell that is an instantaneous spell that will give me a plus to that. So I am going to use. It gives me a +4. But here, I'll roll it. But I'm going to use that spell just so you know. Let's see if I need it. Come on. 10 plus a reflex save of.
Oh shit!
You know, I'm not terrible. We might, and then I'm casting the spell. I already said that, so you know, I'm not without hope yet. Reflex is 4, so that gets me to 14. And then let me just check out the spell real quick. I think that gives me another. I gotta see if it gives me another 2 or another 4. I think that gets me to, for sure gets me to 16. The question is, does it get me to 18? Oh no, it gives me a +8, which gives me a +4. So I said 10, 4, 14, and it gives me another 4. It gets me to 18. AC or 18.
You start emoliating, and all of you see Bedhead start. He's just on fire. What do you do?
Wow.
Anyone?
Well, yeah.
He just goes up in flames. What's
Are
anyone
we
doing?
in initiative order here, or?
Yeah, no, you could just act freely.
Stop rock and roll, man.
Shit, I don't have anything that.
I mean, think of somebody who's in a burning building and they're just on fire.
Is there any
Yeah, I'll try and tackle him and roll him on the ground.
Is there any
Stop
rugs
prepping.
or tapestries on the walls?
So okay.
Now, is the mana cord moving?
Glurk.
Mm-hmm.
Glurk, you see a tapestry on the wall. Dojo, you start running toward Bedhead. Give me an acrobatics, Dojo, and Glurk, give me a strength check.
Okay.
By the way, the game ended 40-40 in overtime.
Oh, it's a tie.
Are you kidding me?
No.
That's awesome.
Crazy
won
game.
$20.
Acrobatics is.
That's gonna have a ton of implications for the playoffs.
If you're going against Pickens or Dobbs tonight, you had a really bad night in fantasy too.
Am I jumping?
2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah, so you're just doing a ninja thing. You tell me.
All right, jump in 21.
All right, so you get over to him. What do you do?
I'm gonna try and tackle him to the ground and kind of start smothering the flames.
All right, you do that. Glurk.
I got a 20.
You pull it down. There's a big tapestry.
I'm gonna go add to the the thing and put some tapestry over them to try to.
Okay, move yourselves, or both of you move yourself.
Try to stamp out the fire. Where is he over here?
So Dojo, you wrestle Bedhead. Bedhead, you are screaming. You are on fire, and you take another 6 points of fire damage. And out of nowhere, Dojo comes flying in and wrestles you. Dojo, what do you say or do?
Get down. I'm here to help.
And Glurk.
Wrap and roll.
All right, so you guys kind of scuffle with each other, whatever, and you put Dojo out, or you put Bedhead out. And as you're doing this, Aridin, you're watching all this. The Manticore just flips back and is on the pedestal like nothing ever happened.
Can I do like a perception, like a trap perception, to see if I believe it's a mechanical thing or if that thing is actually alive and attacking my friend?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Should I do one for traps? It's a little bit bigger.
Why don't you do a... Yeah, you can give me a trap.
Okay, then that is a 25.
Yeah, you're you don't think it's a trap. You're not sure what the hell just happened.
I'm gonna try and put an arrow into it and see what happens.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Let's see. This would be AC 19.
Yeah, I mean, you hit it. It's like shooting
Anything
a stuffed bear. Nothing. Your
arrow
arrow
just
goes into it.
stinks into it, huh? No blood, no.
Yeah, no, and you could go and like pull it out, and it's like if you shot a deer on the wall that it.
What the fuck?
Well,
And Bedhead, you are very shaken right now. In fact, you have the shaken condition for 3 rounds.
All right, I'm gonna take a potion of cure moderate wounds.
Okay, you can do that
for 12 points, and then after that, I'm gonna take a potion of cure light wounds.
Okay, just mark them off your sheet.
You wand your ass instead?
Oh yeah, wand my ass. Who has the wand these days?
Actually, I think Jilbar has it.
Which is dumb. We should give it to Chauncey because he's probably going to be the most.
Speaking of Chauncey,
we have 2, so somebody's got one and somebody's got the other.
Everyone can cast Cure Light, and Chauncey is kind of a wand expert.
I need Chauncey to make a will save.
All right, why? He's just standing there, man. All right, just give me a sec.
Well, not everyone can cast Cure Lights.
No, on the wands I don't know. That's how John always ran his game. Is that so? I don't know if Horton's game is the same, but John's game was anyone could use a Cure Light Wounds wand because it was just like that. It was such a utilitarian item.
No, that's not my game.
Okay. But even so, Chauncey would still be, because Chauncey. Okay, let's do this first. So the will save for Chauncey is not great, but we'll see. 10.
Chauncey is watching his professor mentor and kind of the closest thing he has to sanity in this world right now. Emoliate. He had shaken for 3 rounds.
All right. And then Rita, I was going to say that Chauncey is kind of trying to make himself into a wand specialist. So he has a plus 14 on use magic device.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. I don't see anything. I think if you were casting a scroll, it'd be different, but it looks like wands.
I'm gonna make a judgment call here and say I think we should end this section with you guys down 2. I'm happy to keep going, but it could be dicey.
Yep. No, I get it. Yep.
We'll leave it on a cliffy.
Yeah. So one thing's for sure is you go into the misgivings and you just saw one of your compatriots almost burned to death. He's freaked out. Chauncey's freaked out. You're all a bit freaked out, and you don't know what you just got into. And we'll end on this note. Sparrowhawk, you just hear sobbing.
Oh no!
From upstairs.
A woman sobbing?
Yeah. You think it's a woman? It's hard to tell. Definitely a female.
So Rita, what were you gonna say that because if with the wand
you can just use